guys. Okay. Time to rotate. I'll take that. I don't know what I'm doing. Rambling wrong. Sweet, I love you. You're always the first one in here, girl. I'm gonna have to send you a little happy or something because you're always the first one in here. I'm trying to driving, Lord, trying to drive so I mean, get this thing so I can. Oh, I think I can do it like this, so I can read the shit, read the chat.
$100 off a brand new 20.
Hold on. Oh, Lordy. All right. Be glad you guys can't. That's good. Hello. Be glad you guys can't look at the yucky weather. Man, I'm so tired of the rain. It has been raining for seriously, guys. Like, it rains every day. It rains every day. Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, Flavor. Lordy. I wish it would quit raining. I don't know how it is where you guys live, but man, it is like this monsoon season. Can you guys hear me? Is it too loud? The rain? Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. I can't see what you guys are saying, so I better keep both my eyes on the road, all four of my eyes on the road. But yeah, my uncle passed away, so oh gosh, it's the saddest picture. I may make that my thumbnail actually. It's the saddest picture. My mom. It's her last brother. She had 4 brothers, but they've all passed away. And one of them died during COVID. So she wasn't able to go to the hospital to see them, or they weren't able to have a funeral. And so she's really been so sad about that. Because she feels like, he's not really gone. So this brother was a baby brother. He had an aneurysm brainly. So she was able to go and spend some time with him at the hospital. It was unconscious. Well, they had him on a breathing tube. So anywho, he passed away. And so going in, and I'm going to stay up there until next week with my mom. Funeral tomorrow. But this rain, man, it's awful. My husband's coming up this Friday when he gets off. We need to mow our place. But I told him, I said, I don't know if we're going to be able to mow if it's been raining up there like it has here. This cricket is coming down. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. I would have gotten on the road earlier, but I had to wait for some prescriptions to be picked up. You know how that goes. You guys know how y'all been doing? Lordy. Open this up. Thank you, I appreciate that. My cousin and I, she was an only child, and it's got their daughter, and she was 11 days older than me, her birthday. So we spent every summer together. Every weekend we could muster, get our parents to let us do it. She lived in a different town than I did, in Jordantown, so it was about 20 miles from my house, but my daddy was a very frugal man, so 20 miles to him was a lot, so we only went whenever we had to. So anywho, that uh, she was their only child, so she was a daddy's girl too. I know that I know how she feels. Been there, done that. So they say time heals all, whenever you lose somebody, but it's just not the same whenever a girl loses her daddy. I'm sorry, just didn't. I miss my daddy. It's been like, I think 12 years, and I miss him more now than I did whenever he passed away, I think. Everybody's going slow too. Oh, but I saw where, man, there's some, whether you agree with Ryan or not, Ryan Upchurch or not, there's some shady stuff going on. I saw where the coroner is the sheriff, and that his son supposedly was at that party that night. The son. The sheriff and the coroner's son. And so I don't know, it's Jules of Thought, but that's not the name of her channel. I don't know what the name of her channel is, but I was listening to her last night, and she really did blow by blow of the press conference. It's very interesting. She's got a degree a degree in psychology or something, so she was really, really good to listen to. You guys, I'll try to find it, and I'll put it in my link it down this video. It's crime and something, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I'm subscribed to so many different ones. But she really kicked apart, especially the sheriff man. Like he said, when they asked if there was anybody else in the car, it was a weird, he said no silently, but he hesitated and he had to think about it. It was weird. And the parents, the dad, their body language and their facial expression was, I thought spoke volumes. I'm going to get to my mom's and unload my car or my truck, my Jeep, whatever you want to call it, my vehicle, and then go down and do some cooking. Here in the South, we always cook for the people that have passed and take food to them. And when my dad passed away, when he was sick, he died of cancer, so it was a long, awful death. But my aunt, my uncle's wife, she was so good. She was just there every day, all day, helping my mom and just being there, It means a lot too whenever you going through something like that, to have people that has got you, somebody that's got you, got your back. I'm not going to let anything, bad come to you besides what you're going through. It's good to have those kind of people around, so I will return the favor for sure and go and take care of her. So, let me see, there was something else I was going to talk to you guys about. Maybe to come to me. Lord, I hope it lets this crap up. I'm going to be rain dance and make away, I guess. My dad used to do a rain dance for it to rain when we were having a dry spell. Well, I'm yawning. I didn't get much sleep. Maybe that's why. Okay, I'm going to try to turn this around so I can see. Thank you, Rambler Rum. I will. Hey, Lisa B, Money Moves, Miss Norma, Creative Renewal. Welcome, guys. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with me. Hey, Miss Carla. Thank you. It's going to happen to all of us. We're all going to gonna happen to all of us. So and then, not quite honestly, he is in a better place than what we are. And in all actuality, he is better off than what we are. A lot of us. I've got the weed eater. I've got our chainsaw, one of our chainsaws, so we can do some work on the property. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get you up here so I can see you. Miss Carla, you doing okay? I talked to Ginger Lock yesterday. She told me we talked, and gosh, I don't know if you guys have been watching the Murdoch of the people from South Carolina, the guy that his wife and son got murdered, and they've actually charged him, but he from there. And man, I'm gonna tell you something. I love South Carolina. Is probably one of my favorite states to visit. I love the Carolinas, especially South Carolina. But man, I watched this one channel. I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, this gentleman he was an older gentleman and his wife, and she had dementia, and he had like some hunt clubs. But anyway, he got sick and had to go to the hospital. But so the judge and a bunch of people come over and towed him, and so his family, all he had as far as family was sisters and brothers. They cleaned him out before the sister got there. So but they had cameras everywhere, and it was in Marlboro, South Carolina. This particular place was, and so they cleaned them out. When the sister and the niece gets there, they get back home, and they start noticing that start looking at the footage of the cameras, and they see him and near him, them talking about it, what they were going to do, and all the money he had, and yada, 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 and that he wouldn't want the brother to have anything, and all this crap. So they, so the sister and them filed a complaint with the sheriff, and he told them that, he was going to start investigating it. Well, never did. And it's been over, I think, almost going on 2 years, and they even went to SLED, which is, I think, the, like, TDI, SLED is. And they're like covering stuff up. So then with the Murdoch, a lawyer, I guess they closed that law firm, and they charged him with murdering his wife and son. His son was getting ready to go to trial for driving a boat that killed this young girl. And then, so anywho, I was like, golly, is the whole state of South Carolina crooked? But I like watching this, it's called, oh goodness gracious, Fitness News. And it's like Fit, FITNESS, Fitness News. And I don't know why they've got their name, but anyway, they really do good coverage. I'll try to link that below too. I can remember. I got to do fitness and Jules about. Jules link. But anyway, I was like, holy moly, freaking! Look, where I'm from here, Mississippi. They are some crooked. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Growing up in the town I grew up in, a little small podunk town. We didn't even have a red light. Well, we still don't have a red light. What am I talking about? We finally got a 4-way stop sign. But anyway, it was that most definitely who you knew, not what you knew. There was people down the road from us, and this was like 40 years ago, before marijuana was anywhere near being legal. But some people down the road from us grew it, and everybody knew they grew it, you know when you live in a community. But no joke, about once a month. And of course I was raised, I was raised on an 85-acre farm, so we were definitely out of the city limits, but we were out in the rural country. But the police would come by about once a month, come by and go down the road to those people's houses. They never had any arrests, and my mom and them always said they were going and collecting their money, And as I got older, as a matter of fact, I have it in my memory book. The year I graduated, they finally arrested one of them, and they cut all his plant. Sorry guys, his marijuana plants down, and it was a big thing, you know, for them to put that in the paper and all that. But anyway, he's my neighbor now by the little cabin we've got up there. Good man. He's a good man. He's older and wise, I guess, wiser. But anyway, that was like a big deal, you know. But as I got older, I realized, you know, the judges, everybody was crooked. Like, you know, I'm not taking up for my brother. He was my mom and always told him, you know, you get anybody pregnant, you're gonna have to marry him. And of course, he was you know, wanting to be Ricky Suave, so, or thinking he was Ricky Suave. So he gets 2 girls pregnant within a couple months of each other. Well, my mother and dad found out. Okay, so the one my mom and dad found out about first was not the one that he was in love with. Okay, so my mom said, you know what we told you, you know, you get them pregnant, you know, get them pregnant, you're going to marry them. And she said, so I'm debating on whether to, I'll just go this way. There's 2 ways I can go to my mom's and debate, but anyway, she said, you know, so they made him get married. They found out before they got married about the other one that he was like in love with. So they, you know, he marries the one that he's not in love with, because that's what my mom and dad, I mean, they were like 17 maybe. I got married when I was 16, but I wasn't pregnant. I just thought I knew everything. And I promised my mom and dad that I would graduate, and I did all that stuff. So anyway, but so they, you know, he got married, and so the other girl had her daughter. They both were girls, and you know, she, I guess, started getting help from the county or whatever, I guess WIC or food stamps or whatever, I don't know, or Medicaid for the little girl, and they started garnishing my brother's wages. Well, anyway, they ended up having to go to court, and they did a paternity test, even though my brother knew, you know, I mean, he knew. But anyway, I'm just going to tell you, the judge, the lawyer in the town, the big lawyer, the one that ruled the roost, he ruled the town. He really did control it. And if you wanted to win a case, you knew to hire him. That's who my mother and daddy hired, and they ended up actually selling him some land for, I guess, his commission for taking the case. And they ended up getting my brother off. How they did that, I have no, well, I'll tell you how they did it. I remember now. So the paternity test was like 98.9 or whatever. I mean, it was like not 100%. So they used that. Somehow they worked, you know, small town, I guess they were able to work it. I had done gotten married and moved away. I wasn't even living, I don't think I was living in the state whenever that happened. I had done moved, and I was living in Louisiana. So so anyway, that daughter, my brother never, of course, you know, he didn't pay for it, so he didn't have nothing, didn't have any rights. So listen to this. So he goes on to have 4 kids altogether with my sister-in-law, the one that he married. And he threw that up in my mom and dad's face. He's used it his whole life until he finally got mature enough to own his own crowd. But he blamed mom and dad or my mom and said, I, you know, didn't get to marry the one I love, and yada, yada, yada. So they were married for like 30-something years, and they just got divorced a couple years ago. And I mean, she's like a sister to me. I love her. And anyway, that daughter, though, the other daughter, you know, I've kind of like had to pay the price, because so her mom remarried, and the man that she married adopted her. And I've always known, you know, we've always known, but they didn't tell. Now listen to this crap. They didn't tell my brother's kids. Okay, so they get older. My brother's kids, he has 4, and with the one that he doesn't love, you know, he stays married and keeps having babies with her. But anyway, oh, this is some crazy shit. Yeah, they didn't tell the kids about it. So, like I said, there's like 3 towns that make up the county that I was raised in, and so they lived in one town and we lived in the other. So my brother and them had moved for his job, and they moved to the other town. Well, they all started going to the same school together. Well, little did they realize that my niece that my brother had with the one that he married
and my other niece that he didn't raise, they become friends. Imagine that, without knowing, okay? They become good friends. Well, they wanted to start spending the night with each other, you know? I mean, they become friends, and next thing they start having sleepovers. So it got told to them, you know, it had to come out. I mean, it should have already been told. First of all, he never should have skirted his damn responsibilities, you know? I mean, that's just how I feel about it. But, you know, I blame my mom a little bit for that, because they pull some strings, you know, pull some strings, girls and boys. But, he always stayed in touch with the other mom, but not where anybody knew about it. You know what I mean? Well, I'm still friends with her too. But I was working for the hospital when I first moved home, and I went to work at the hospital, and they used to come in one of the doctor's offices that I would work for. And the husband of the other girl hates my brother, you know, because he knows that my brother loved his wife and she loved him. They just couldn't be together or whatever. So he doesn't like him at all. And my niece, she doesn't have anything to do with my brother. But anyway, he come in the doctor's office one day where I was working. My husband called. I might have to, am I back in yet? I might have to call him back. He'll probably keep calling. Can y'all hear me now? Hey, Ginger Locks. Hey, Spivey. How are you? Hey, Valerie Young. If y'all are still in here. Can y'all hear me? My phone rang, and I'm going to put it on Do Not Disturb. I forgot to do that. Okay, so I got it on Do Not Disturb. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. I don't know if y'all were listening to my story or not, but okay, good, right on. So, anywho, he come in the doctor's office, the husband, okay? So he comes in, and she had called me and told me that he was coming in, and she said, you know, he does not like my brother at all. She said, he's coming in. She said, just be cool, be yourself. So whenever I got ready to check him out, he told me, he said, you know, he said, I was sitting there watching you earlier whenever I was waiting to be called back. And he said, and the girl's name, we're just going to say Tiffany, the other daughter. He said, it is crazy how much she is like you. He said, her actions are like you. She looks like you. She carries herself like you. And I said, oh, really? And I said, well, I hope you don't hold it against me of what my brother did, because I unfortunately had nothing to do with that. And he said, I don't. And I said, so anyway, I become friends with the other daughter, and she's got 2 kids. She's married, got 2 children, and her kids look like my niece and my nephews. It's crazy, but I've never met her personally. We're friends, and I write her on Facebook, and I've asked to meet her, you know, and she told me one of the last letters she wrote me, she just told me that she loves her dad. I mean, she doesn't refer to my brother as her dad, the man that adopted her. She said, I wouldn't want to hurt his feelings for anything in this world. She said, he's been good to me, and she said, he's my daddy. And she said, so I don't know, I think it may hurt him if he knew that I was forming a relationship with you. And so unfortunately, I'm sorry that you weren't able to be an aunt to me. And it just made me cry my eyes out, you know, and I understand. I completely understand. And so I wrote and told her what he said. When, you know, I said, well, you come in the doctor's office, and I said, he told me, I said, I was very nervous because I knew how he felt about, you know, my brother. And I said, so I was very nervous. I said, but he really put me at ease. And I said, it was so nice the things that he said. So anyway, I still comment on her pictures of the babies and all that stuff. But anywho, I don't even know why I started telling you guys that, but there you go. That's I was telling you about the little potent, how it's not who you know is, I mean, what you know is who you know. So in it, you know, I think it's probably still like that. It's just maybe not as prevalent as it, you know, was back in the day. But so when I hear about South Carolina and the Murdaughs, you know, it's not so unusual for it to be like that. It's not so unusual for the states, and I guess to be, you know, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours kind of thing, which is really pisses me off. It really pisses me off. My dad used to tell me I should have ran for office. I said, are you kidding me? Or been a lawyer, he said, the way I like to talk. But so, well, I don't know. I don't know if I could have been crooked enough. Letting y'all see a little of the territory I'm driving through. Thank goodness it quit raining. And what a beautiful sky it is up there. There on this side of the road are a bunch of cotton fields I'm going to be going through. And they still grow cotton here. And I think it's like starting to bloom or whatever you call it, where I don't know what it's called whenever it fluffs out and turns to cotton. I think it's about, or they may have just harvested it.